Hey guys, I'm doing the dishes while I talk to you in a video because Twitter only lets me, 2 minutes. So I wanted to talk about shame when it comes to not having sexual desire. This is something that happens especially when you're taking medication. It really fucks you up in the sex drive department, and it's really shameful and embarrassing that you cannot get it up, especially when you're a guy and then you're young, right? So I'm talking about this because this is something that's going on right now. I'm going through a dry spell, and in the past I also get hypersexual, and I it's insatiable. I cannot get satisfied no matter how many times I masturbate, how many times I have sex. It's like my body is on fire and I just need to, rub one out, and that's okay too if you do it. But it's something that I struggle with. And this is the real first relationship that I had in a very long time, because I used to date a lot, since I was really hypersexual. But there were times that I was the opposite and I just broke it off with people rather than explaining to them. Not because I was bipolar, keep that in mind. It's because I was ashamed to tell another person that I wasn't sexually aroused. And it's not because of them, it's more because of me, right? So, this time around, I have Robert, so we have a great communication system and we talk about everything. I always tell him if I make something or I say something that really hurts your feelings or that you don't like, you don't have to take it. Just tell me right there and then. Because sometimes, 90% of the time, I say things and I think that I'm telling you like in this normal state, and the way it came out is like if I was pissed off and I was like, being a bitch most of the time. That's why people tend to think I'm cold, which I'm not. I'm just selective. If you think that I am cold, it's probably because I don't like you, and that's what you're gonna get from me. So, going back to the topic on, not being sexually aroused by anything, it's not that I don't desire to have sex, because I do. It's the things that when I want to and I have the chance and I try to do something, nothing happens. I don't get hard. Even though I put porn on, I try to do it by myself, masturbate, but it's still not working. I guess something, but it's not enough. So this, like I said, this is the first time that I had like a real relationship that mattered to me. So I had the conversation with Robert, and it was really awkward for me, and I felt really ashamed that, that I couldn't get a hard on, and I didn't want him to feel like I didn't desire him or anything. So that's really important. You need to tell the other person that you right now can't, not because you don't want to, it's just that because your body's not responding. And that's okay, because if you don't tell the person that you're with, they're gonna think that something's wrong, you're mad at them, you don't desire them, and then something that is good can then turn bad real quickly. And I'm speaking from experience. At first, I really didn't tell any of my dates that I'm bipolar, even though if we were dating for over a month, because I was afraid of rejection, basically. And how would I explain when I went into a dry spell if I haven't even spoken about being bipolar? I think that you need to tell your significant other or the person that you're dating if you think it's something that could go somewhere right from the get-go, or at least when you're ready to tell them. But do not wait too long, because the other person has the right to know that what they're getting themselves into. With Robert, I didn't have that problem because I friend-zoned him from day one, and I said to him that I was never gonna date him, that I am not the dating type, that I wanted to be single. But actually, I think I was just lying to myself. I really wanted to have everything. I remember that he really pissed me off because whenever he brought me something from Starbucks or anywhere, he left a little note, and that I low-key loved that, but at the same time it pissed me off Because I said, I told him I always wanted to be only his friend. And he's doing things that a boyfriend does. You know, my logic is I was trying to protect myself. And what I'm really ashamed of is that at first I treated Robert really bad. I mean, I was kind of cruel and cold. For example, I don't like it when people hug me or touch me unless I hug you. If I hug you once, you can hug me back forever unless you do something to me, of course. But if I never hug you and you come to hug me first, that really, like, I cannot deal with it. I hate it when people touch me too. People that, I just don't like when people touch me. I think that they're crossing like the personal space, the only control that I have. And that takes control away from me, so that sucks. But going back to the topic, guys, I had a conversation with him recently, and well, yesterday, and we talked it out, and he understands that it's not that he's doing something wrong. It's not that I'm not attracted to him. It's just that right now my body is not working down there. I'm gonna keep looking for ways to, trying to get out of this dry spell. I think it had to do a lot with the stress that I've been under. First, I never celebrate my birthday because that whole fucking month is like hell for me. This year, to my surprise, not really. First, my dog was in the bed. They told me that we had to operate him. He even talked about at some point we had to put him down, and I'm like panicking. I don't know what to do. I had like 5 mental breakdowns, and now he's fine. He doesn't need the operation. I look for a second opinion. We're gonna deal with the pain. Well, he's old. He's 8, but he's not that old either. And then my mom went to the hospital for 5 days. She had acute renal failure due to dehydration and a few other things. And she right now recovered, but one of her kidneys is only working at a 80% capacity. So I'm gonna have to be more, even more there for her than I am always already. Fuck it. I love my mom. I don't mind. And I think that all the stress is reflecting in my body not being able to get a hard on, even though if I'm horny. Because one thing doesn't have to directly do with the other, but they do, affect you. My advice, guys, is like, if you're a guy and you are going through this, let me tell you that you're not alone. This is something that is happening right now in my life, and I can tell you that it's not the end of the world, but communication is very important. So guys, I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents on this. And guys, I'm here always if you ever need to talk to someone, no judgment zone. Even if you just want to tell me something and you don't want me to say anything back, but you wanted to let it out in a message, you can do that too. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Take care. Love you guys.